Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. I've just done a face shave using the newly released Start Razor, which is made in Russia, and I used an artisan soap which is in its development stage, which absolutely knocked my socks off. I've used it twice before, this one once before and version 2 once before. I just used version 1 again in my face shave and it blew me away with every property, pre, post, intra shave, everything was just amazing. Even the scent's very nice, very natural. So I'm looking forward to this head shave. I'm going to use the exact same products and I want to see if I can get the exact same sort of results. Now the soap looks like that. I'm not going to show you the ingredients or what's in it. As you can see on the bottom, it's V1, version 1. I'm just going to fix my mirrors so I can see the back of my head. You can't see, you probably just see it in that corner of the screen. I can see it in the screen here. That's the mirrors I use to shave the back of my head. I can see where the lather is and where I've missed and what I haven't. Now, I know a lot of people don't watch my head shaves, but I hope people that watch the face shaves come just to see how this works. The razor I'm using is the Start Razor. Made in Russia, fully CNC machined from solid stainless steel. I think this is 303 or 316. It might be 316 actually. 304 is in my head for some reason, I don't know why. Now, you probably won't see the blade gap. Hopefully you will. There we go. 1.12, is that right? Sorry, 1.18 blade gap. Just fill the sink up. And I finished off with some Deja Vu aftershave splash, post-shave tonic or whatever you want to call it, from Home Like Shaving. And it was absolutely amazing. My face is lovely and cool. The scent's beautiful. It's a very woodsy cinnamon type scent. It starts out, it almost smelled like a Cointreau liqueur in my hand. When I put it on, I got a real strong scent of the cinnamon with a little bit of woodsy notes, and then after that it smelled like a sort of 5 spice, and then afterwards it's got a beautiful sort of piney type scent to it, which I wasn't able to explain on the face shave because it's now coming out on the head shave side of things. So anyway, I'm going to stick to the exact same brush, Grey Dog 28mm Magard synthetic on a Cocobolo wood handle. An absolutely beautiful brush, handmade by Grey Dog over in the States. Just flick out most of the excess and straight back into the soap. I'm going to load this pretty heavy, like I did for my face. The head shaves are the ones that normally I struggle more with the lather for some reason. Now this is a no prep shave. I did have a shower this morning, but it's now mid to late afternoon. Right, that's me done. I'm not going to load any more than that. I think that's all I'm going to need. The soap's a little bit softer because I've already used it for my face shave. And I can tell you right now, the artisan making this soap is going to be really excited by this if I can get the same on my head shave as I did on my face shave, because this soap performed over and above pretty much any other soap I've used. And that is tallow based as well. Now this is a vegetal based soap. It consists of 8 main ingredients and then the scents, which this one are lavender, sweet orange, spruce hemlock and patchouli. The lather that I made for my face shave was so dense and so creamy and glossy, and the actual performance of it knocked my socks off. Was incredible. I'm just going to dip the brush in the water, just start adding a little bit of water. Now, one thing that amazed me with this is I actually hydrated this lather on my face shave on the second and the third pass, and it just gobbled the water up and just kept growing and kept growing. It didn't seem to slow down, and it's obviously got a massive sort of sweet spot. It's quite exciting because I've obviously watched Rudge shaves and Jack over at the Virtual Groom Room using the milk steak formula from Declaration Grooming, and both saying it's absolutely exceptional, pretty much the best I've used. I think Jack said it was top 2 or top 3, and Rudge gave it 100% mark out of 100. That's massive praise. I mean, you're giving a soap 100%, you're literally giving yourself nowhere else to go. for any future soaps. Now, having used this today on my face, I've not even used Milk Steak and I know this stuff is going to rival it. In fact, if this performs as well on the head as it did on my face, this is going straight to #1. And when it releases, when it finally releases, I'll be singing its highest praises. And it's not just to get people to buy it, it's just because it is absolutely exceptional. Now, I wasn't able to get this lather using a natural hair brush. Now, I did use my That Darn Rob brush, and I have been struggling with it. But you can see here, look at the gloss. And look how much water it's taking, it's just constantly taking it. It's saying, give me a drink, and then give me more to drink, and then just give me a massive bucket of water and just keep dipping me in it. It is absolutely amazing, and I'm excited by it. I'll be honest, I wasn't too excited by it the first time around. It was just good soap, and I think it performed very well. But I hope you can realise how good this is. Look at that. Look at the gloss on it already. I'm not even finished hydrating it yet. It just wants to drink more and more water. And it's vegetal based, which is amazing. Right, alright, I'm going to stop there because I'll be here all day making this lather. But I hope you can understand and you agree with me with how glossy and good it looks. I mean, look at this. Shouldn't really pump your brush like that, but look how good that looks. Wow, I'm really blown away by this. I can already tell you right now that this is slickest, slick. It's so easy to work with. Wow, just gobbling up water. Look at the shine. The brush is chock-a-block. 1.18 blade gap. Now that's massive. That's pretty much the biggest blade gap that I personally ever used. I mean, I can't remember the biggest blade gap on the carve, but it's round about this. It might even be less than this. I'm not sure. But this won't be far off the biggest blade gap I've ever used. I'm going to go with the grain first and then against the grain for the second pass. I've got a second use Phoscolored blade. It's the same blade I use for my face shave. And the thing I find when I'm doing a head shave with a heavy razor is I've got to lift the weight of the razor. I've got to hold it, and this is a heavy razor, so it's going to be tiring, especially I've only got my one shoulder working at the moment, so I'm having to do everything with this hand, and it is tiring. But let me tell you how smooth that feels. That is super smooth. Now, I'm just going to show you how slick this soap is. Now, I've taken all the soap off here, but it's still super slick. Well, I've really done a good job with this razor. Don't ask me exactly what it is about it. I don't know what it is about it, but it's very smooth. I mean, I'd love to get this into Jack's hands over at Carve. Wow. Far superior, in my opinion, to Tara on the head. The only drawback to this razor is it is heavy. It's a heavy razor. I don't know the exact weight of it, but it's heavy. Now, I know if you're buying a stainless steel razor, you know you're buying a heavy razor. Yeah, it's the reason why you're buying it. This little bit here behind my ear, there's absolutely zero overhang on this razor. You can see there, nothing. So I know when I go behind my ear, the only thing that can cut me is the blade on the razor, and as long as I get the angle, pretty good. I should be good to go. Beautiful. Wow. Now, I know I talk about having a light touch, but this razor I'm really having to use a light touch. Not because it feels aggressive, but because it's heavy. I'm having to lift this razor up and actually reduce the pressure that the razor's just putting on my skin just in general on its own. Feedback, audible feedback, is pretty non-existent. It's a very quiet razor. It's a little bit, don't get me wrong, I'm feeling more than I'm hearing. I'm sort of hearing it through my skin. I don't know whether it's coming across on the camera or across the microphone so that you guys can hear it. That's against the grain with 2 days growth there around the back of my head, and it is just melting it away. I'm not getting any resistance. It's cleaning out very, very easily. It's not, the soap's not sticking to the blade, nothing. Now this soap, really, I'll be honest with you, still needs some more water. And I've given it heaps, absolutely heaps. It's still just a touch on the dry side. Now as you can see, it's still cleaning out very, very well. Very nice polished stainless. It's more, I don't know how to describe it. But for me it's sort of, it's more like a industrial polish. It's not like a gorgeously pristine mirror polish. It's like an industrial polish, and I like that because it's not, even if it got a bit scuffed up and scratched, it would still look good. It wouldn't look like, oh, it took away the edge of what it looks like. It would still look nice even if it was a bit scratched up and damaged or whatever, marked up. Oh, I'm just going to wet my hand. Yeah, well, yeah, residual slickness, you see. Just got it in spades. Absolute spades. Just got it in my eye as well. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this soap. Oh. I feel like those first 2 tests sort of gave me a false reading. This stuff is slick, like super slick. But that being said, I'm going to tackle my head again and just smash another coating on, just to highlight how good this soap. I mean, look at that. I am going to hydrate this again, just a little bit. I'm going to give it one more dip, like so, and then watch it grow again. It just gobbles the water up, grows. It's just so slick. Now, I am a bit, I'm not scared to use this razor against the grain, but that's a big old blade gap. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes against the grain. That first pass felt effortless. Felt like there was no real irritation or cause for concern so far. And this will be a real test for the soap as well, with such a large blade gap. The Voskhod blade is nice and smooth. It's not a super sharp blade by any means, but let's see how it feels against the grain. Rinsing out crystal clear. Now I will say one thing about it, that the razor is skipping a little bit against the grain. It's definitely skipping. That's nothing to do with this soap. This soap is super slick. Definitely bouncing a little bit. I'll tell you why I'm not a fan of that. It's because the bouncing and the skipping is one of the major causes of cuts and nicks when I shave. Now it's still smooth enough. See how slick that soap is. Now for face shaves, this is just far too much blade feel for me. It's a lot of blade feel on this razor, so expect to feel the blade. But it's a pretty damn good second pass. Now, I didn't want to switch out to anything else, but I want to get a BBS shave today because I haven't had one in ages. And this is no disrespect to this razor, it's a beautiful smooth razor. In fact, you know what? Let's just switch out to the 0.9 open comb. Why not? We've got it here. Let's chuck it in and have a go with it. Is that the right way up? No. There we go. Is that upside down? Yeah, I did have it the right way up, didn't I? What a dickhead. There we go. 0.9 blade gap, open comb. Let's see what this feels like. Screw it back up. It's got a very short thread. I mean, it's like 4 turns in its own. Right, let's just put some more soap on the head. Look at this soap. Now, I know most people will watch my face shave, so they'll see really what this soap can do. But in terms of head shaves, it's as good as anything I've used, if not better than pretty much anything I've used. Look how it's went dry already. Look, dip the water in, watch it grow again. Now, this isn't trick photography. This is just how good this soap is. It just wants to have water and just keep drinking it and drinking it and drinking it. It's so good. So hopefully the artisan that makes this soap hasn't gone and started tinkering, because I think this is a winner. That is way smoother. And the 1.18 blade gap, even though it's an open comb. I don't want to shave too much, I don't want to overshave too much. This is overshaving right now, I can tell you. I will say one thing, the Voskhod blades generally haven't been very good for head shaves. I think they're just too mild in general. And that is phenomenal. Let's just touch up my crown. Just using residual slickness, there's no other, I haven't added any soap, obviously you've seen that. Of course, I don't recommend anyone else do that, but that's a little bit just there. Good old residual slickness is practically BBS, there's hardly anything left. If anything, there's a little bit there, but stuff it'll get it out. Wow, really happy with that, really happy. The soap's performed exceptionally well. The razor in the 0.9 open comb is beautiful, it's really smooth and comfortable. With the 1.18, not so much, not as much as the 1.9, but it's still a very smooth, comfortable shave on the head to the 1.18. I can tell you right now, I'm going to have irritation on my head from overshaving. The soap, however, will help with that massively because the soap's post-shave is excellent. I don't know how many cuts and nicks I've got on the back. We'll soon find out. If any, there might not be any. But I'm assuming there'll be some, definitely. I've got 2 or 3 micro weepers, tiny weepers. Post-shave again is absolutely outstanding. The post-shave on this soap really is up there with the best in the business that I've used. I can't wait till this stuff comes to market. I can't wait to see what our other scents are going to be as well. She's going to hopefully bring out some nice new scents. I keep saying she is a woman who makes this soap. That's all you really know. But that is practically a BBS head shave with a first time use of the start razor, which performed really well. I think the 0.9 closed comb will probably be more suited for me, but for a head shave the open comb's pretty good. I've got quite impressed with it. I'm just going to rinse the brush out now. This soap, wow, even just trying to get it out the brush is a bit of a nightmare. It's so thick and creamy and dense all the time during the whole shave. It really needs a lot of water, so you can load quite lightly with this one. I would think if you had a smaller knot. Massive 28mm knots, you still need to feed it enough soap to create enough lather. So you're going to waste more soap or use more soap for the bigger knots than you would say with like a 24mm, which is just sort of a standard size. Beautiful. Got a slight little gap in the brush. I can smell the soap in it now because it's the second use it's had. Now just let me. It's definitely a couple of bits of blood. You can probably see it just on my hand there, on my finger, just below my ring. But other than that, it's not too bad. Loads of moisture. Just like so much moisturising properties in the soap. And like I say, it's only got 8 main ingredients in it, in the actual soap itself. Now, I'm going to finish off with Deja Vu. I love the name. And I love the little wolf label on here. And this is one of the, it's not a sample bottle, you can actually buy them in this size. If you just want a little travel set, brilliant. I'm not sure whether there's alcohol in it, but the other one, the blue one that I used to give me a little bit of a sting on the face, the post shave, super. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of this in my hand. And once again, it smells like a liqueur. It almost smells like Glaive-A, if you've ever had Glaive-A, which is a Scottish liqueur. So there's definitely alcohol in here, yeah. Oh, nightmare when you've only got one hand, it really is. Now this stuff is almost instant absorption. You've got to be quick to get it over all your skin, but I think, don't quote me on this, I think it's the same scent as the other one. Now that it's on my hand, I think it's the same scent. I think both of these are the same scent, one with and one without menthol. That's the only difference. I think it's the same stuff. It smells the same in my hand now. So that's cinnamon, and I can already smell that woodsy scent coming through afterwards. The cinnamon dissipates and then you get the woodsy scent. I'm not sure what type of wood it is, but it's very nice. All in all, 2 cracking shaves. So the soap for today was this from our secret artisan based over the sea, and wow, I'm blown away today by the performance on this soap, all round performance. The post shave, the actual creating of the lather, how dense the lather is, the creaminess of it, the slickness, the residual slickness is off the charts. It is absolutely exceptional soap, and I'm quite excited by it. And for me to turn around and say that this soap exceeds Face Fat, Grooming Department, Vegetal, all these vegan bases that I've used, and it's up there, to be honest with you, that's as good as anything I've ever used. It's as simple as that. It's as good as the best soaps. It's as good, if not better, than Excelsior from Barrister and Man. And we're talking about a vegetal based soap with 8 ingredients. made by a small artisan. This is the first foray into shaving soaps. It can only get better, it can't get worse, surely. I'm really impressed. 2 cracking shaves. The razor for today was the Start razor from Russia. CNC machined in Russia. This is the polished variant. I used 2 blade gaps today, 1.18 and 0.9 open comb, both of which were very smooth. The 0.9 open comb was far smoother than the 1.18, but it was still a smooth shave. It managed to get through that first layer of growth very comfortably. Against the grain, it jumped a little bit, I have to say, on the back. Can't blame the soap because the soap's brilliant. But on the back, that razor was jumping, it was skipping, which isn't great. With the grain passes all right, well, fair enough. I'll see how it goes on the face. I will try it on the face eventually when I've got a bit more growth. It might be great on the face. I don't really do against the grain with such high blade gaps, so across the grain and with the grain might be beautiful. But the 0.9 open comb which I popped on there, that's the one I finished off with. Very smooth, very close. I mean, I'm BBS pretty much everywhere. There's a couple of little bits here and there, but other than that, superb. And the other base cap that I used was that one there. 1.18 blade gap. Now this is polished, but like I say, the actual polish on it is more like I would describe it as industrial polished. It's not refined mirror polish, but it's a very nice industrial polish. It's going to last, it's going to look good as it ages. As it gets little scuffs and scratches and marks on it, it's going to still look great. It's not going to damage that fine mirror polish that you can get with polished metals that make it look shit. And finished off today with Deja Vu, which is also a product of homelikeshaving.com.au or homelikeshaving.au. I'll pop all the details below for Home Like Shaving. And the brush I used today was my Grey Dog brush with a 28mm Magard synthetic knot. This is Cocobolo wood. And with that, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.